I'm at a church service, and I'm watching this service, and they have this like 20-piece band that's like performing that night, and it's like orchestrated, like, worship gospel type music. So then they get done, and then at the very end they're like, hey, you know what, man, we really need male vocalists. We're gonna have tryouts tonight. If any of you guys would be interested in joining one of our teams to travel around the world and sing with us. And then I remember just thinking, man, I don't know, man. I mean, it's not quite my style, but what the heck? I'm just gonna try out. So I waited, and I went up there at the very end. Guy was at the piano. He's like, hey, can you sing this? And I sang a few bars for him. And he's like, man, you sound really good. And I'm like, wow, thank you. And it's like, well, we'll be in touch with you. I'm like, oh, okay. So I went home, and then like the very next day, I get a call, and they're like, hey, man, can you come and travel with us? We're gonna go on a 3.5-month trip, and we're gonna travel all through the U.S. We're gonna go overseas, and we need a vocalist. And I'm like, I guess. I go, can you give me like a day or two, man? I got a job, and I gotta make some moves. So then the next day, I go into my I was working in this factory, and I go to my boss's office. I'm like, I gotta quit. He's like, why, Bobby? I'm gonna be a missionary. I'm leaving tomorrow. And like, okay, Bobby, well, good luck, man. And I'm like, all right. And so I jumped on a bus, and I headed out, and I traveled all throughout the U.S. I got to go to Madrid, Spain, and I've been to just about every state in the U.S. except Texas. I don't think I got to go to Texas. And but while I was on tour, when I was running mic chords with the band, the girl that was running mic chords with me would eventually be my future wife. That's actually how I met her. We were running chords. She was right there, and then we were singing and on stage, and she was like on the left side of me, this cute blonde, and that's how God brought us together. I wasn't looking for her. She wasn't looking for me. She didn't want anything to do with me, actually. It was all through prayer, and the Lord just like brought us together. We came off a tour, and I know it sounds crazy, but we came off a tour. We went right into premarital counseling, and we got married. And we've been married like almost 18 years now. So that's kind of our crazy God love story. She was like right there, man. That's how I met her. As we were traveling together, and of course, when you're traveling with the 20-piece band, and you have a concert every single day, you're spending like 10 hours, like 10, 15 hours each day with each other. So you're growing quickly. And so I remember really getting to know Kelly, and talking to her and communicating with her. Well, there's no when you're traveling with the team, there's no funny business. They don't allow you to do, be a couple. If they see you even getting close, like the guys, if they see you getting close to a girl, they immediately separate, because they imagine that will create tension with our ultimate job, which is to preach the gospel and be there for people all over the world. And so as soon as they saw us getting close, man, they broke us up. And so we actually ended up writing notes to each other. So like I would write her a little note, and I would slip it behind the seat, and she'd grab it, and she'd write me one and slip it under. And then we did that for like a month or two. And somehow in that, I got to know her even more. And so yeah, of course, when we came off tour, we knew that the Lord was calling us to be married to each other. I met her parents. She met mine. She was like, you know what? I think we're called to be married, but I got to tell you, if my dad doesn't like you, I ain't marrying you. And I was like, what? She goes, yeah, if you want to marry me, you're going to have to ask permission. And I was like, are you crazy? And her dad's like 6-something, he's like a general contractor, builds custom homes with his bare hands. I'm like, oh man, this is crazy. So I had to sit down the family, and I remember just looking him in the eye and saying, I love your daughter. I will always take care of her. I don't care if I have to sell oranges on the side of the road. I don't have a job. I don't have a car. I don't have anything, but I love your daughter. And then somehow he believed me, and he gave me his blessing and a skill saw and a sawzall, Milwaukee sawzall too, and some other tools. But man, I never looked back on that. That's just been so cool to have the perfect person that could be your teammate in life. Of course, when we met each other, we were both performing music. You know, she sings soprano, I sing tenor, and we sang together. And so it was appropriate for us on our wedding night. I wrote a song for her, I performed it. She wrote a song for me, she performed it. And it's like music was such a big part, and it's still a big part. You know, we had like a band, we had a couple bands playing at our wedding. It seemed like it was mainly music than anything else. I think the ceremony was like quick, but everything like the music and the reception was like the long part. And so it's really cool to be able to share that with someone, because you know, music, it connects you, but man, in the realm of love, when you love a person and you're able to sing with them, that's like a different level of love. So one of the things I love about my wife is, you know, she at the very beginning, she was always supportive, and I think that's important to when you know when you're marrying someone, or you know that God's calling you to marry someone in a relationship, you know, just knowing that you have someone that supports you, whatever you are, whatever career path it is. And so I think that is the glue that has kept us married together all these years.